Early in her career, Lindsay Lohan seemed to be a promising up-and-comer, all while becoming more famous than they ever anticipated. But eventually life changed for Lindsay. Years later, she wound up living in Dubai, married, and even becoming a mom. What drove Lindsay Lohan to move to Dubai, and where does she live now? Only a few years in, she and her Mean Girls co-star Amanda Seyfried shared their woes over imposter syndrome, all while becoming more famous than they ever anticipated. But eventually, life changed for Lindsay. Years later, she wound up living in Dubai, married, and even becoming a mom. What drove Lindsay Lohan to move to Dubai, and where does she live now? Let's dive in. Most fans recall that Lindsay Lohan had a quick rise to fame thanks to films like The Parent Trap, Freaky Friday, and Mean Girls. But just as quickly, things went sour for the starlet. She developed a reputation for being late, rude, and unprofessional, and her relationships made headlines more than her acting work did. Things got so bad that Tina Fey and Lorne Michaels even staged an intervention backstage during Lindsay's SNL appearance. Eventually, thankfully, Lindsay did clean up her act and overhaul her image, yet it took completely removing herself from Hollywood to do it. When Lindsay Lohan moved to Dubai, fans weren't sure what to think. Why would a rich, troubled young star opt to leave her home country and move to Dubai of all places? At first, Lindsay up and moved to New York from the West Coast. She also spent some time in London. Then she drifted to Turkey, she explained in an interview with W magazine. While she might have had a team with her, Lindsay elaborated that she was alone, switched off everyone in her life, and threw herself into understanding life in Turkey. As with Turkey, Lindsay had no family or friends in Dubai, yet she still moved her entire life overseas. Ultimately, she seemed happy enough there and eventually met her husband while out of the country. Her initial motivation for moving to Dubai, as it turns out, is pretty relatable. As one journalist who sat down with Lindsay for hours while she was visiting from Dubai summed up that Lindsay is so private that she moved to Dubai because paparazzi are illegal there. Lindsay Lohan was thrust into the spotlight at a young age. Her personal exploits became fodder for the paparazzi, as did her well-documented legal issues. The Mean Girls star eventually left the United States, moved overseas, and chose Dubai as her full-time home. In a 2020 interview on David Spade's YouTube channel, Lohan told the actor that she had lived in the United Arab Emirates for 6 years and first went to Dubai in 2008 via Esquire Middle East. Since moving to Dubai years ago, Lindsay Lohan has no plans to leave. She has put down roots with her husband, Bader Shamus, and son, Luai, and loves the community around her there. But that does not mean Lohan does not come back to the US. Just days before St. Patrick's Day, Lohan was in Los Angeles promoting her Netflix film, Irish Wish, and with another film expected to be released in 2024, Lohan will be spending more time in the US as she works to resurrect her acting career. There are several aspects of the city that attracted the actress, and she cites a close female support group as one of them. It's a very big place for female activists, she told W magazine during a 2018 interview, adding, "Women have a very strong community. Lohan has expanded her brand since moving overseas and opened nightclubs in several locations including Mykonos and Athens, as per Emirates Woman." One surprising byproduct of Lohan's move to the Middle East is it brought her closer to her family members, including her father Michael Lohan, with whom she had well-publicized issues in the past. "We're all in touch. It just took me going to Dubai," she said in a 2019 interview on The Howard Stern Show. "Usually, when I have spare time, my family and friends come to visit, which is amazing," she told Lohan magazine in 2018. After spending almost her entire life in the spotlight, Lindsay Lohan was eager for a change of pace. "Moving here was a fresh start," she told Emirates Woman in 2018. She enjoyed how the focus of conversations was not centered on celebrity life. "You hear more about real current events rather than celebrity gossip, which I really appreciate," she told the publication. Avoiding public scrutiny was a major motivating factor in the Parent Trap star's decision. "I moved here for that purpose. I don't have to be publicly seen all the time, or discuss what I'm doing," she told Emirates Woman. Enjoying a level of anonymity was important to Lohan. "There's a certain calmness that I find in Dubai. There's no paparazzi, no cameras. That's a big deal for me," she said in her 2018 interview with W magazine. Ultimately, the serenity that Lohan found since moving to Dubai has allowed her to be more productive. "I get more done because I don't have the scrutiny and fixation on what I'm doing every second. I work all the time. My mind never stops," she told Emirates Woman. On July 2nd, 2020, Lohan celebrated turning 34 years old, and in an Instagram video post, she showed off her personal growth. When reflecting on her low-key birthday, she realized how lucky we all are to just have the people around us that we love and the people in our lives that we love, and how simple is key. Lindsay Lohan changed her lifestyle while living overseas, and that included spiritual exploration. The Freaky Friday actress created a stir when she returned to the United States. She was spotted holding the Quran while she returned home, causing many to speculate that the Hollywood star had converted to Islam. In November 2021, Lohan announced she was engaged to Shamus. She captioned the carousel of smiling engagement photos, "My love, my life, my family, my future," #love, and added a diamond ring emoji. Lindsay Lohan revealed she and husband Bader Shamus managed to keep their marriage secret for months with her one-year wedding anniversary post shared on April 3, 2023. Their marriage was first reported in July 2022. In July 2022, people confirmed that Lohan and Shamus were married. She posted an Instagram that seemingly spilled the news too, although she later took the post down. It said, "I am the luckiest woman in the world, not because I need a man, but because he found me and knew that I wanted to find happiness and grace, all at the same time. I am stunned that this is my husband, my life, and my everything. Every woman should feel like this every day." But while Lohan and Shamus have kept much of their love story private, they haven't kept the milestones completely to themselves, including their first pregnancy, wedding anniversary, and the birth of their baby. "I am the luckiest woman in the world. Not because I need a man, but because he found me and knew that I wanted to find happiness and grace, all at the same time. I am stunned that this is my husband, my life, and my everything. Every woman should feel like this every day." On July 17, 2023, the couple announced the birth of their first child, baby boy, Luai. During a Facebook Live with Mail online, Lohan addressed her possible religious conversion. "I've studied the Quran for quite some time," she said during the stream. Although she had an affinity for the faith, the nightclub owner was only studying up to broaden her spirituality. "It's a process to convert to anything," Lohan said during the Facebook Live. "It's a beautiful religion, and I am a very spiritual person. You can't just convert overnight to a religion." Later that year, the Rumors singer appeared on Haber Turk, a Turkish television channel, and spoke about being photographed holding the Islamic text. "They crucified me for it in America," she said in the interview. "They made me seem like Satan. I was a bad person for holding that Quran." Of the experience, she said, "No one even knew that I was there until I had gone already, which was the best part. That was a leap of faith and a blessing in disguise. It changes people, especially when you go alone." As of a June 2023 interview where she invited a journalist into her home for a chat, Lindsay Lohan still lives in Dubai, in a 4-bedroom villa overlooking Kite Beach. It's her family home per Lindsay, and features a clean but comfortable environment filled with accessories and artwork Lohan herself has collected from her travels across the world. Not only does Lindsay love her home, but she loves her local community too. Contrary to what many people might think about Dubai, Lindsay says it's a very big place for female activists. "It's a whole different world, which is really cool. It's a place you think women don't have as much of a right to be themselves, but they actually have more than you'd imagine." In addition to creating a home base in her cozy villa, Lindsay Lohan also got down to business in Dubai. She launched a beauty brand, began designing clothing, and continues to travel for acting work, including to Saudi Arabia for an all-female movie and to Britain for a sitcom with Rupert Grint. Despite being so far away, Lindsay hasn't lost touch with her celebrity friends, specifically Jamie Lee Curtis, who she's been close with ever since Freaky Friday. She and Jamie Lee are quite close to this day, but Lindsay hasn't let go of other connections either. Lohan said she's stayed friends with Jane Fonda, Felicity Huffman, and a lot of amazing women who have graced her path. Fortunately, that means Lindsay had built-in support when her son Luai arrived in July 2023. By all accounts, Lindsay seems to be planning to stay put in Dubai as she grows her family, though she will likely continue to host family and friends, as she has done ever since she moved overseas. It might not be that drastic, but Lohan's motivation for moving out of the US was closely tied to her desire for privacy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more Fudgy Stories updates.